Sebastiaan Hooft founded 20 companies in 15 years of time. He is listed among the country's 100 most successful self-made entrepreneurs in the Netherlands by the business magazine Quote. He is entrepreneur in residence at Nijenrode Business Schools, which means that he learns students to build a business. And he is an international DJ. No kidding. You can find his ideas on business and entrepreneurship in his best-selling book, Redesign. Or you could just sit down and listen. Ladies and gentlemen, Sebastiaan Hooft.
Who is your best mentor? Everyone, and that probably includes every single person here in the audience, has something that you really believe in. In the summer of 2009, I too had something that I really believed in. I thought I could do it all alone. It was on a hot summer day, and I had been an entrepreneur for 15 years and founded over 20 companies. Who could tell me something? People came to me for advice about how to start a business, about how to grow a company quickly, how to become a market leader in a €1 million business within 4 years. Actually, they asked me advice about everything, until I woke up in the hospital. And I can still remember those hospital sounds, and I can smell that hospital stink, and I can see those dazzling lights above my bed. All those years, I thought that I could do it alone. And at that moment, I truly was alone. Just like you, I was busy calling, emailing, sending text messages to people. And all day long, I had lunches, meetings, dinners, drinks with people. I had everything except the most important thing anyone should have, a mentor. Some people here have already experienced a moment that cuts your life in two. And other people still have to experience that moment. For me, that was my moment. My body gave me a warning shot, and a serious one. It was only then that I realized how much I missed a true mentor. Because let's face it, coaches and consultants are there to help you with problems. A mentor is different. You need a mentor if you are doing well. If I would have had a good mentor at the time, he or she would probably have told me that despite all my successes, I, as a person, wasn't doing too well. But maybe you think, I have a partner at home. And my answer is, your partner and family are there to give you love and not advice. So what's the right mentor? One famous quote from Steve Jobs made me think about that. It's a quote he delivered to Pepsi executive John Scully to lure him to Apple. Steve Jobs and John Scully were having long walks, and Steve Jobs delivered his now famous quote to Scully. Do you want to sell sugar water for the rest of your life, or do you want to join me and change the world? Ironically, the answer was obvious. Scully soon joined Apple. But ironically, Scully was also the one that fired Jobs in 1985. And although Jobs was very angry by then, later he praised Scully for his decision. And some of his greatest visionaries of our time, Steve Jobs, Richard Branson, and even Barack Obama, were fans of walking meetings. And it looks like if they were on to something. According to a Stanford University study, a person's creative output increases by 60% while taking a long walk. If that's not motivation to get up off your chair and take long walks with your mentors, I don't know what is. And let me tell you a story about Yuri Lodders, a famous manager in the dance music industry. When I got out of the hospital, I had a lot of time to kill. And since age 14, I was playing house music. And because I had a lot of time to kill, I grabbed the decks again and I started to play house music. But I knew I needed a mentor to go from an amateur DJ to a professional DJ. So via, I approached Yuri Lodders, and he invited me to his office. And I can still remember walking to his office through this long hallway with golden records produced by the talent he was managing. And we got into this meeting room, and Yuri said, "Sebastiaan, why have you come to visit me?" And I said, "Yuri, I'm almost 40 years old. I've playing house music for all of my life at amateur parties, and now I want to become a professional DJ." Yuri laughed for 5 minutes. He was crying, rolling over the floor. He said, "Sebastiaan, this is the most craziest story I've ever heard. I have young kids of 14, 15, 16 years old who are production talents in this room, and they want to become the next Martin Garrix. And we put hundreds of thousands of euros in marketing money and talent development to be the next Martin Garrix. And here you are, 40 years old. You have all the odds against you. But you know, because you are a guy that always delivers, and you had the courage to come to my office and ask me this, I will be your mentor, and I will guide you in the world of house music." And within 2 years, this happened.
Hands up, I gotta run. Give me your soul and all your money. Can't stop spinning the world. Women and bourbon, dollars and gold. Hands up, I gotta run. Give me your soul and all your money. Can't stop spinning the world. Women and bourbon, dollars and gold.
Within 2 years, I was playing in clubs all over the world. So if you find a good mentor, what happens next? It starts with the right attitude, the right mindset. And I believe that any successful person spends half of their time on finding and nurturing great people around them. Indeed, half of the time. That means at least 4 hours a day. That's 20 hours per week. That's 6 months per year. And hopefully, at least 40 years of your life. Half of your time, you should be building your network by thinking of birthdays, sending people messages on LinkedIn, genuinely showing interest in other people. A show of hands, how many people are already doing this? But it also means asking for the truth. And I know Dutch people are known for their bluntness and maybe their directness, but who here would love to have a mentor that would tell you the truth, even if it hurts? Most larger organizations, they have HR departments and they hire professional recruiters. But finding a good mentor is not something you outsource to a recruiter. It's a quality every successful individual needs to have. And the trick is to find experts and to inspire experts with inspiring questions. And those experts will recognize your energy from when they first started in their field, their career, their journey, or maybe in their life. So you need to become really good at finding the right people. So let me tell you a story about Joe Cross, a hero of mine. In January 2012, a friend of mine called me and said, "Sebastiaan, I watched this documentary. It's called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, and you really need to see this. It's about an Australian guy who's too fat, he's sick, and he feels almost dead. And he buys this juicer, and he travels through the US for 60 days, only drinks green juices, and in the documentary, you see him becoming this healthy guy again." So I watched this documentary illegally. I learned how to download movies on the internet. I downloaded it, I watched this, and I bought a juicer, and I started juicing. But after a week, I felt guilty. Because I watched this documentary, it changed my life, but I didn't pay for the movie. So I went on LinkedIn, searched for Joe Cross, invited him, and sent him a message like, "Hey Joe, your documentary really changed my life, but I have to admit, I watched it illegally. So if you give me your bank account number, I will transfer $12 to your bank account." And he replied, "Sebastiaan, mate, if it worked for you, it's fine." For 4 years, we've been sending messages back and forth. And if you buy my book in the bookstore or online, you will see that there's a full chapter written by Joe Cross on how to live a healthy life. So how do you retain a mentor? You need to inspire each other. And you need to be both a hunter and a gatherer of mentors. And do not mistake that for a trophy hunter. Because finding a good mentor doesn't mean finding rock star entrepreneurs. It means finding the right mentor for you. And it doesn't mean going out for coffee every day with people, asking them lame questions. It's inspiring the people around you. It's finding experts that want to be inspired. And in the last 4 years, I've gathered 8 people around me who I see as a mentor. So let me tell you a story about Harold Schultz, the third mentor of mine. In 2010, I wanted to sell all my companies and give the money to charity. But one company was really difficult to sell. I spent 120,000 euros on legal fees only discussing the terms of the sale. So after 120,000 euros, I thought, I need to change drastically. So I went out and found the best M&A lawyer I could find in legal magazines. I called him and said, "Harold, I desperately need a mentor because I'm spending all this money and I think I'm not doing the right thing." Harold sold my business within 2 weeks and he invoiced me 2,500 euros. But the thing he did before he started to help me, he said, "Sebastiaan, if you really need a mentor and you really want to learn how this works, you have to shut up at every meeting." And it meant that even one meeting with my fellow shareholders, he actually kicked me out of the meeting and I had to stand on the hallway like a little kid for 5 minutes to blow off steam and come back into the meeting. So if you found and inspired some of those experts, you can even reward them by bringing them in contact with each other. I do that consistently. So I have regular meetings with my mentors, and in those meetings, I share inside information about me. And this already helped me tremendously. I feel now that I'm growing as an entrepreneur, but also as an individual. And you here will soon have a wonderful opportunity to meet new mentors. And he or she can be sitting here close to you. So let's together do an experiment to see what we can achieve together. Because we're at a special place today, and I think that everyone here in the audience should be very lucky. Earlier today, I talked to a couple of entrepreneurs here, and I imagine here 3,000 people coming together for 2 days, inspiring each other, get inspired, get support, give support, and the talent assembled here is extraordinary. So sometimes you have to travel maybe for 10 hours, take a car, take a plane, maybe go by boat to meet these potential members, but not today. So I'd like you all to stand up. And now look to your left. And look to your right. And look in front of you. And now turn around and look to the back. I'm pretty sure, oh, you can all sit down again. Sit down again. I'm pretty sure that the right mentor for you is within 30 meters distance from where you are sitting. The chance that the right mentor is the person sitting next to you is really small, but maybe you can have like a little chat. But we have a challenge now. How do you find the right mentor that's here within 30 meters distance? So we'll do an experiment together. And to be honest, this is fail forward. This experiment has failed many times already because I used WhatsApp. I asked my audience to create a WhatsApp group. I gave them my mobile number, put me in the group, and tried to find 2 mentors, put them in the group as well. It always failed. We ended with a couple of hundred people. We always ended up with like 1 or 2 groups and talking about technology or whatever. So today I want to do it differently. So I'd like you all to get out your mobile phones and go to Instagram. So go to Instagram, and I'll invite Caroline. Caroline, where are you? To help me a bit. Caroline, where are you? I need Caroline on stage. So go to Instagram and find my Instagram. My Instagram account is Sebastiaan, Hooft, Sebastiaan Hooft. Go to my Instagram. Caroline, can you go to my Instagram, please? So go to my Instagram and hit the follow button. It's really easy. Hit the follow button. I'll have 3,000 extra followers in a couple of seconds, but we need it for the experiment. So hit the follow button. And now take your phone and go to the plus, like in the to make a selfie. So we're going to make a selfie, and trust me on this. This is going to be huge. Because we are going to create the biggest mentor network in the world. We're not only going to make a trending hashtag, but we're going to create the biggest mentor network in the world. So now all grab your phones and just like me, take a selfie. Just take a selfie. This is me. Great. Do we have a selfie? OK, so I'm doing this as well. So take a selfie, and now we're going to post the selfie with a hashtag. And the hashtag is SuperNova Mentor. And I want 3,000 people posting this. So you have the selfie, you have the hashtag SuperNova Mentor. And now you add 1 expertise, one expertise. And for me, the expertise is, let's do entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship. My expertise is entrepreneurship. So you have your selfie, you have the hashtag SuperNova Mentor, and you add your expertise. And on my mark, we're going to post a selfie. Are you ready, Caroline? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Come on, are you ready? Great. Post. So what to do with your Instagram and how to meet all these brilliant people that are posting the SuperNova hashtag. Try to inspire each other the rest of the day with inspiring questions. Follow the hashtag, follow the expertise, ask inspiring questions. And I guarantee you, if you do that tonight, and you ask your strategic questions to one of the other SuperNova mentor, you will always get an answer. An answer that will help you further, which will allow you to look back with pleasure on this special day of today. I wish you all a lot of growth, but also the best mentor. Thank you.